Okay, good afternoon. This is Patrica coming to you with another video from Padoodles. Today, we're going to be going to some quick and easy journals. One of the biggest questions I get from people is how do you make your journals so quick and so cute? Well, today I'm going to show you. It's very simple. These are some samples that I'll be demonstrating. Today, the stuff that we'll be using, the supplies, I'm going to start with this box of envelopes. These came from Cards and Envelopes. It's the Sophia's Grace from Paper Studios from Hobby Lobby. So we'll need 2 cards, or you can use 1 card, some little embellishments, stuff like that. Use my tape runner, washi tape, more embellishments. I even used the little paper that your washi tape comes on. It's real cute when you use it. And the key to making them really quick and easy is I take all my papers and I cut them to size first, and I run a seam right down the middle with my sewing machine. This has, I think it's 8 pages, 9 pages. There are pages from old magazines, some tea-dyed paper, just random paper. Here's one from the Daphne magazine. So the very first thing I do after I cut it is I take my tape runner and I run tape all the way down, all the way around all 4 sides like that. And then I stick these two here together. I kind of fold them. I always make sure I get some glue in that middle. I fold it like this, line it up perfectly on that center, and then make it really tight together. Okay, so that's the very first step. Then I fold it, make sure it folds nicely. Okay, and at this point I really don't worry too much about this because I'm going to go and trim it all up later. The next step I do, I take my book, my stitch piece here, and I make sure that I have it right side, because sometimes I've been known to put it upside down. So in that, we take this, and you notice I got all kinds of little pages, and I do use a little wet glue for this, or a hot glue gun, whichever you prefer, and just very carefully right along the spine I dot glue. Can you see that good? I dot my glue all the way along there really good. Close my glue, lay that out of the picture, and then right on my seam line I carefully press. Sometimes I'll sew this in as well, but today I'm just going to glue it. And then I make sure this is in there really, really good. Okay. Then the next thing I would do, I'm going to cover that envelope with that little piece there. This came, remember, from the washi tape pack. I would use my glue. You can do it on all 3 sides. You can do it on 3 sides to create an additional pocket, or you can do it all the way around and glue that right there. Okay, I already have a little tab in that one. Now I'm ready to go in. I can continue distressing pages, embellishing, whatever I wanted to do there. Okay, so now I'm ready for this part here where I'm going to start decorating my cover. Say I want that as to be my center. So of course I would put my glue on that. Of course you can use your ATG gun. Put that there, say. Then I would decide what else I want on there. Say that would look kind of cute right there. And you can embellish these as much or as little as you would want to. See that? Okay, and then say as the last one, I would put this little one right here, say. Okay, that's going to take a minute to stick. Then I like to use a little bit more, so I find the end of my washi tape. And I sometimes like the little torn effect. Tear that. And then I would Rub this down really, really, really good. Maybe use a second piece on it. I like to call these my 5-minute journals, my monthly journals. They have just enough pages that you can use them all month. It's enough for exactly 1 month worth of pages in there, writing back and front, because each one, remember, had about 30 pages. Well, it had about 16 to 8 pages, folded in half, made 16. Back and front, that would be a total of 32 pages. Put a little dot of glue right there in the middle of that and stick one of my little pearls on it. Okay, so that much right now, that's done. But, excuse me for just one moment. I find these here at the dollar store. They just come on a little pack like this. This pack here, I actually found this at Michael's, and it was on clearance. It was about 5 of them. They're actually little hair bands. And that became the band to hold my book. I'm going to take this one off because I really need to use some other glue. And I didn't have that over here with me when I started. So you could be finished there, or you could continue to embellish it as much as you like. So again, that's the inside. And then I would trim all of these. Then I usually, so I don't see this little white edging, I usually will take some brown or some type of distress ink pad, and I would distress all the way around the edges. So that's the first page. This is just a blank page here for journaling. And of course, I probably would add more pockets and so forth. This came out of Daphne's Diary magazine, some tea stress paper, just a blank piece for sketching or journaling there. Just this is the other half of the Sudoku, so this gives you the instructions on how to do a Sudoku. This is the other half of the envelope, so that would be another great pocket. And I probably would put something on there, and then that's the center of the book that's stitched. Continue, more pages, the envelope, more of this here. That's the Sudoku. You can actually do that. And you just keep turning, and that's all the pages of the book. So now I'll show you some more finished ones. And like I said, these take me, I'll sit one day and cut all paper in the morning, and then I'll sit down and stitch them. So I'll show you some more finished examples. This one right here, it has some spoons and forks. So I thought this would be a nice little recipe book. So when you open it up, I have a lot more pockets in this one. So you can tuck your little recipes and stuff in. And I actually have some pages out of an old cookbook. And lots more pockets and stuff. That's one. Here's another one here. I tied it again with the lace. So you wouldn't see the little where I attached the lace. I put a cute little flower. Uh-oh, having little problems untying it. So you can see a pocket there made with a doily. Pages from a music book, an old book. Then it has a little tuck spot. Tuck that in there. And this right here was actually the cut off pieces of paper. So I created another little booklet to stick down in the pocket. Another one, this one just says life, and it has about the same amount of pages. It has the belly band from the hair ties that was on the pack that I showed you. This one again is tied with the lace. It's a simple little bird on it. This is tied with the silk ribbon, or seam binding actually. And notice I do go back and I do like to round all of my corners, but that's like something that's optional. Here's another one here. This came just like this. I found this on at Hobby Lobby on clearance. This is just some of the old lace seam binding. This came off of something I found, an old pocketbook or something. So I use like everything.